Good morning, Mr. Faust coming at you with another review. And keep in mind, these are not Home Depot seeds reviews, so I'm not under any contract or agreement. And I can basically say whatever I want as far as competition and the product as a whole. Rigid. I've been coming at you with these floors everywhere. Did a lot of woodwork on this project. This sander, 6-inch rigid sander, is the ultimate for floors. If you want, there are commercial products that you spend tons of money on, but basically this channel is all about trying to help the homeowners out to get their project done as cheaply and as well as it can be done. Rigid, this sander here, I've used on many jobs. Okay, not this exact one because I've had to trade a couple of them in because I actually burn them up. But Rigid is very good at standing behind their products. I also have Rigid vacuum. Now what I do is that with this sander I actually connect the vacuum right to the sander. Now I'm telling you, I recommend this fully because it cuts down on so much sawdust and dirt and dust in the house. You basically don't even see any of the sawdust. It vacuums it right up out of the unit. Now there are connections you can buy. We live in a world where they make a connection for everything and they make every kind of product you can imagine, but in the process they're killing our environment. So at some time or other we're going to have to go back to using duct tape, using alternate methods, dreaming up ways, better ways, because we can't have these big factories operating and making every little thing we need and burning up our atmosphere. So that's all on that. But what I want to say is I got a roll of duct tape. Roll of duct tape is definitely a must-have on a job. There's so many different uses for it. This duct tape works perfect. So I hook it to my vacuum. I run the vacuum while I run the sander, rigid sander. This thing has variable speeds. I usually run it full out. Diablo makes great sandpaper discs that go on it. Now when you buy the sandpaper for the sander, you want to make sure that you get the hook and lock and not the sticky stuff, because the sticky stuff will just mess up your hook and lock on your unit. The pad that's on the bottom. So make sure you get the hook and lock. The sandpaper is strong. As you can see, I've used it here. Now this is the buildup of the varnish or the poly, and that's usually what kills your sandpaper. This one has been used a lot. But basically, if I was taking the full finish off this floor, I would have rented a drum sander. But on this floor, I'm just buffing it up with the disc, and I'm cleaning up the surface and making it a little rough so the product, the stain and the poly will stick to the floor. Again, this is a review on the rigid sander. Okay, variable speed. It's got your on-off here. It has your lock, so it continuously runs. Turn it on, I turn on the vacuum, and this thing works great. It is a little noisy. You may have to get some blockage for your earplugs, but I would highly recommend this if you're doing any kind of floor job. Even if you do have to run a drum sander, you can use this for your corners and your edges. It does very well. A drum sander will only do as close as 6 to 8 inches. So you have all that you have to do with some kind of other sander. This thing works great for me. So, thanks for coming and looking at my videos. I appreciate everybody that comes to my channel. Like and subscribe, guys. Share this video. This is Mr. Faust. I'm out.